Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 science fiction film Outpost Earth. A film that is written and directed by Brett Piper and it stars Erin Waterhouse, Mason Carver, Kristen Gilling and Titus, just give me a second with this name, Titus Himmelberger as Blake. Now then, this film follows life after the Earth has been invaded by these otherworldly creatures. Independence Day stuff, and it touches on it at the beginning. It shows these craft arriving on Earth, blowing up everything, and then sometime later, the film then follows a group of survivors who have to then deal with the aftermath of this attack on the Earth and survive the best way they know how. Right. Oh boy. Now, I'm not really sure where to start with this film. I thought this film initially was an asylum film, which would explain a lot, but it's not. Right. Let's get the positives out of the way first. This film is one of those films that you can enjoy with friends. It's one of those films, a bit like The Room, that's so bad it's good type films. And boy, is this film bad. But it's one of those that it has a certain glint in its eye and a certain amount of charm to it that you don't hate it, because it doesn't take itself too seriously, which really helps the film to a large degree. Because oh boy, if it had taken it seriously, this would be one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. And thankfully it doesn't. It has a bit of a glint in its eye, a bit of a wink at the camera. It knows what it is, and therefore you can enjoy it a little bit more. So if you want to crowd around with your mates, get a pizza and get a few beers and have a laugh and a giggle at a film that someone's obviously tried the best with but has delivered something really out there, then this is the film for you. And that's the positives out of the way here, because oh my god, this film, the effects are the worst effects I think I've seen in a film for a long time, and that's not an exaggeration. And I watch a lot of low budget films. The effects here are akin to something from Jason of the Argonauts era. There's like stop motion creature effects in this that will literally take your breath away, they're so bad. The spacecraft look like the pound shop spaceships that they've bought and just like dangled them on string almost. It's like you know the old serialized Buck Rogers things from the 30s or whenever they were. It's a bit like that, the effects for the spaceships. And the stop motion effects were the kind of thing my son was doing 5 years ago with his homemade stop motion camera. And he's 13 now, so he's doing that when he was like 8. Yeah, it's so bad it's hilariously bad. It's the best I can say in regards to the effects. Some of the sound effects that you hear, certainly at the beginning when they're invading the Earth, they've been pulled straight from the War of the Worlds film, the 1953 version. It sounds so much like it. If you watch it, you listen, it sounds just like those noises from War of the Worlds. There's a bit of a Swamp Thing vibe to the film, where there's this creature who the survivors think might have had a connection to them previously, and it was human. So there's a bit of a Swamp Thing vibe. The creature effects, by that I mean the costumes for like the aliens, they look like something from Doctor Who in the 70s. It's amazing. There is a little bit of chemistry there between the two leads, the Blake and Kay, I believe it is. There's a little bit of chemistry there about these two leads, just about, that kind of keeps that charm a little bit. And the best thing by far for me in this film was they come across this spaceship that crash lands, and they figure out, well, certainly Blake figures out how to fly this spaceship, and the only way you can do that and understand these aliens is by putting on this headpiece, if you like, and it makes you think like them. But when you put it on your head sober, it makes no sense, and he figures out if he puts it on when you're drunk, you can understand these aliens. So therefore, that's what he does. He puts his headpiece on, absolutely drunk, and flies this ship around, drunk. I'm not kidding. That's how they figure out that they can work this technology, by being drunk. But the on-screen drunk performance here by the guy who plays Blake is, again, incredibly hilarious, in not necessarily in a good way. Imagine, Dudley Moore in Arthur, who's many regard that as one of the greatest on-screen drunken performances. Well, if you're going to give that score a 10, you would give this score a 1 in regards to drunk on-screen performances. It's just incredible. So it does make me feel good to say this about this film, because there is a certain charm to it. And it is one of those films that could potentially get a cult following. It's that bad it's good. It's one of the so bad it's good films. But there's no getting away from it. It's a terrible film, so I have to give it a 2 out of 10 for its quality. And that mark 2 there is for its charm, really. And that's it. I cannot recommend this film really to anybody, other than for someone that wants to watch something really, really, really bad, so bad it's good, and have a laugh with your mates, and yeah, it ain't a good film, unfortunately. So that's my review for Outpost Earth, one I would suggest to avoid, definitely. Thanks for watching, everybody, and of course I'll see you next time for more reviews on Screen Stars.